Consumers and employees have a lot of power, and they are demanding more from CEOs and top-level executives. Here to explain is Katherine Lavelle, the Managing Director and Global Talent and Organization North America Lead at Accenture Strategy. Good to have you here.
Angie, thank you for having me.
You have an interesting take. Why do C-level executives need a new approach to leadership?
Our most recent research shows that there's an emergence of a group that we're calling pathfinders. This is a group of both consumers and employees that has great influence on company leadership. So we're saying that this group of senior executives needs to think differently about how they operate with this group versus business as usual in the past.
What else did you find in your Accenture study?
We found that a full 30% of the population actually falls into a group that we're calling pathfinders. They have more influence because they're not only feeling empowered, they actually believe that they are, societally obligated to raise their concerns, issues, and interests to the most senior levels of corporations. This means that this group can actually be both a threat or an asset, depending on how the senior leaders choose to acknowledge them.
How are consumers and employees challenging the C-suite and motivating actual change?
So this group of pathfinders will not be ignored. They've got a loud voice, a loud presence, and they expect to be heard and addressed. And this actually requires senior leaders to apply different skills than before. While typically running in a company typically required skills like negotiation, finance, data, strategic thinking, we're now asking this group to apply a different set of skills, which we're calling right brain thinking, to complement those left brain skills. And that would consist of relationship building, empathy, innovation, creativity, even negotiation. And we're saying that by building out a whole brain approach to leadership, senior leaders could actually effectively communicate with this group of the pathfinders.
Describe these pathfinders exactly. Who are they?
Pathfinders are the group that they transcend both age and gender. They are people who feel absolutely confident and obligated to raise awareness of issues or concerns they may have around specific corporations.
Is it possible for company leaders to harness the energy of this group and better their businesses?
If these companies can figure out how to effectively communicate with and relate to the pathfinders, this group stands to be some of their greatest assets. As employees, they are twice as likely to be on the fast track to the executive ranks. And as consumers, they're more than 80% likely to pay a premium for products.
Are there special skills perhaps that leaders need to succeed?
Leaders will need to have these whole brain skills or apply more of right brain thinking. This requires them to act in ways they haven't typically had to do before.
What would be your top 3 suggestions?
Number 1 is get some examples from somebody from a different industry. You might want to shake up the C-suite and bring somebody in who belongs to high tech or another disruptive industry and has had to apply some of these skills because they've worked for fast-moving industries and companies. Number 2 is actually bring in some lower-level employees to talk to your most senior leaders so they can understand what's going on in the front lines and relate to company employees who are at a different level than they are. And number 3, actually practice something we're calling human-centered design thinking, where you put the pathfinder's needs, interests, and focus at the middle of everything the C-suite thinks about in terms of solving their problems.
What role does social media play?
Well, as we all know, social media has become the gateway to radical transparency. So whether you're an employee or a consumer, your viewpoint, your thoughts, and your complaints can be instantly known across the globe in a very powerful way very quickly. For more information, go to www.accenture.com/wholebrain.
Thank you so much, Katherine, for being on our show. Truly a fascinating study. We hope you come back.
Thanks, Angie.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.